Alright, you beautiful bibs of the interwebs, Glyn here, CheapSkate Gaming. And I was in the market for one of those, have you seen those little handheld arcade machine things? There's hundreds of them out, so I wanted to get one to try it out, but of course, I suppose I could do it. I could put I could probably, if I tried, put Batasera or RetroArch, but I didn't want to mess about. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you want to get a product, you just want to turn it on, not mess about, and just have it work. So I went over to my good old friends over in China there in AliExpress, and I found a particular product, and it was only £40, and I think it's the deal. And it's a deal for anyone starting off with these, because they go anywhere up to like £200 for some of these handhelds. They can be as low as £7 or £8, but I don't think they play the sort of games I wanted. I essentially wanted it for MAME, which is the old arcade games from the 80s, 90s and early 2000s. That's what I wanted. I wasn't really into the 3D stuff. I just wanted something that played things like Golden Axe or Ghouls and Ghosts and Goblins, Ghouls and Ghosts, games like that, the old classic great arcade games. And I found something, so we're going to go over to my unboxing table. The sound will change on the microphone because I'm using a separate microphone, but we're going to go and check it out and we'll see what it's like, so bear with me. Right, so here we are, we're over at the unboxing table, and here's what I bought. Now it cost me just, including import taxes to Britain, this cost me just over £40. I think it was £40 and 22 pence delivered. Now it did take a good few weeks to arrive, because of course it's coming all the way across the world, and I'm guessing nowadays with current conditions, what's happening in the Red Sea and all that, it may take longer for these sort of things to arrive, so just be aware of that. I bought this back in, I think I paid for this back in early December, and it didn't arrive till just before or just after Christmas. Anyway, what is it? It is the R36S. I believe this is Abernic. I'm not 100% sure. I believe it's Abernic. Doesn't really say much. We'll have a little look there on the back of it. Hopefully I'm not focused. Hopefully that's focused. Anyway, enough jibber jabber then. Come and have a look at it. Well, it comes with this little sheet. I got the white one. This is where it gets tricky trying to get it out of the box. There we go. And here it is. I've left the screen saver thing on the front of it. It's got little back buttons on there for extra buttons for, well, I suppose, Street Fighter. It came with a 64GB per card, so this was like the £36. I'll put what version it is. I'll also put a link in the description. I'm not affiliated with AliExpress, but my suggestion would be use PayPal to pay, just for that little bit of security there. Don't put your actual credit cards into Chinese websites like that. Just for that little bit of like sensibility of like security, isn't it? Use a secondary pay all for Google Pay, Apple Pay, PayPal, whatever. Just use a secondary line of defense there. Anyway, what else came in the box? Just to show you what else comes in. Comes with a charger. It's USB-C, and it came with a little glass screen as well to protect it, along with some instructions and a couple of wipes to apply that. So it came with all the good stuff. So let's get rid of this. Now this is what I was more worried about than anything. When you turn it on, what happens when you turn it on? So that's what we're going to do. Let's hold it down. Hopefully, yeah. Get a little splash screen saying R36S. And I think it takes a few seconds for everything to load in. I'm just going to show you exactly what you will get if you purchase one of these, because I didn't want to know messing about. I just wanted to be able to turn it on and play the games. Now, and I might have to adjust the volume because we don't want that coming out too loud. So it's still loading, so don't worry. This caught me first off when I first turned it on. I was like, oh, it's taking a long time. But of course it will when you first turn it on from a low power state. Still waiting. Here we go. Starting to. I was getting a bit worried then. You can see here it says something. I haven't got my glasses on, but I'll probably zoom in. Arcos or something it says on there. This is some sort of operating system loading in now. So it's loading it off the memory cards. It came with two. I'm not going to take them out now while it's loading. But one I think is 16GB, which has the game code on there, or the operating system code, or whatever you call it, the retro one. I'm not sure what it uses. Emulation station on one, and then the other one will be the one with the game. So there we go. This is it. This is what you will get. Yes, it took a bit of a time to load in, but it loads straight onto this screen, and already we've got the Capcom system now. A to go forwards, B to go back. So it's a bit like a Nintendo system. So if you want to see what games are in here, we can. Punisher. I'm not sure of these games very well. Oh, we've got a hookup. Let me go back. Here we go, it's loaded in again. Street Fighter 2 is in there. Pang, that's a good old classic one, isn't it? Pang. So what are the limitations on this? So it's even got a little splash screen there, look, where it shows you the game being played. That's quite cool. I'll try and turn it up. There is a volume control on here. Right, so we've turned the noise suppression off, so you should be able to hear the quality of it. Now, it's not the greatest speaker in the world, but what I do like about it, one of the bonuses this one has, let me just back out of that. I might have actually gone into the game. I forgot A is forward and B is back. It's the opposite way around. Anyway, but it has a 3.5mm jack, so you can get your favourite headphones, earphones, plug them in, and then that's the sound coming out of those. So that's what I like to use it with. And again, you will get a bit of loading before the game loads in. Virtual audio Q sound. I don't know if that will work with your headphones. Should do. And at the start game, you use the start buttons by here. One of these adds credits, and then the other one will just start. There we go. Look. So this, I'm not sure. I've never played this game before. But you can see the sort of thing, the sort of quality works fine. Normally I'd have my glasses on for playing this. Now to come back, you hold this and press that twice. So you hold that. Right, so there we go. System 2. So let's go through what it got. We'll turn the sound down a bit. You can add favourites. I don't think I've got any favourites yet, have I? Oh, there's some built into it. Favourites, System 1, which is Capcom, System 2, Capcom, System 3, which is a bit more complicated for Capcom. There's not many in there. MAME, this is what I wanted it for, nearly 2,000 MAME games. Not all work though, I will say. What was the one I found that didn't work? Oh, 720 degrees is on there. Yeah, one of the ones I found that doesn't work was Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. Anyway, we come out the main. You've then got PC Engine, Disk System, which is Famicom, NES more or less, Super Famicom, Super NES. Then you got NES again, and then you got Super Nintendo. Nintendo 64 games are a bit hit and miss. We'll have a look. How many was in there? There's 187 in this. There's a lot of Nintendo 64. The thing is, I don't think it's really powerful enough to run N64 games. Let's try Wipeout. We'll try Wipeout. One, because it's a 3D game. And two, I do like it on the old PlayStation. Wipeout 64. Right, wait for it to load all in. Midway did this one. That's unusual. Oh, still with Psygnosis. No longer with us. Poor old Psygnosis. It's got shut down. Right, start. Just do a single row, shall we? Right, there we go. See what happens. I can already tell by the music that the N64 stuff isn't going to work very well. Oh, although that seemed to fly in pretty well. Oh, A to go. Oh, it's on analog stick as well. Don't know if the air brakes work. Sorry, my driving is atrocious. Trying to work out which air brakes work. Me, Mario! Seems to be playing alright. The camera. And of course this one does this. This will use two pads in a way, two analog pads. Oh, there's a bit of glitching on the graphics though. Those windows don't look quite right. It's moving smooth enough. Yahoo! Right, let's see you move about and Mario. Yeah. Yeah, and use the other analog to do the... That seems to all be working sort of okay. See how long it takes to load. That's pretty straightforward. $3,000 Game Boy games. Not sure about the coloration. Black and white. It should be sort of really a green screen, shouldn't it? Game Boy Color. Let's have a little look in there. 1942. But I prefer to play these on the arcade anyway. Only 16 games on the DS. Lego, Mario, Mario, Need for Speed. Pokemon's on there. Now we're talking Megadrive. Okay, let's give it a real test and let's try a Dreamcast game. This is way over the top for something this size and this price, 40 quid. I think you've got to go up to the 70 quid mark before you can start getting your Dreamcast stuff to work.
We're back. It's Crazy Taxi 2. It's party time. Let's have some fun. Alright, let's go make some crazy money. Slash. Alright, here comes the kids. Don't ease up.
Very loud and noisy. Oh well.
It's time to make some crazy money. Are you ready? Here we go. You better pick someone up or you're gonna run out of time. Well, get something.
Well, I'm not sure how you move forwards in Crazy Taxi. Oh, okay, you gotta use the back buttons. Well, the mad thing is, it actually worked. Game Gear, NEOGEO, PlayStation, and then you got your options button. Well, imagine it plays PlayStation okay. What would be a good game? Cash Team Racing, maybe? Right, so let's do an all-rounding review of the R36S. So, what I love about it is that it was literally take it out of the box, hold the, well, first of all, charge it up. Easy enough, it uses C chargers, we love that. We love that it's got a headphone jack, but you can then use headphones, wired headphones with it, so you don't have to listen to that speaker, which, speaker's okay, it makes enough sound that you can hear it, but it's a lot better if you put a little pair of earphones, headphones in. And it was just like the easy use, 40 quid, 64GB card with 2,000 MAME games on there. Yes, you get a load of PlayStation games and Nintendo games, but I didn't really get it for that. It's not, it is powerful enough to play some of them, but it won't play all of those sort of higher up 3D consoles then. I think the PlayStation ones play alright on it. I think that's quite an easy console to emulate. But as far as an arcade pocket, an arcade from the 80s and 90s in your pocket, this is the one to go for. I mean, for 40 quid, you can't go wrong. Now, if I was to upgrade in the future, which I think I will next year, I think next year I'm going to get a new one. They're bringing new ones out all the time. I think I'll get one with a slightly more contrasty screen, slightly better screen, but what I'd really like to see on my next one is a HDMI out and Bluetooth, so I can Bluetooth a controller to the I don't know if that's already, I've had it on thing for so long it's actually started to play a game. No, I won't see that, it's blown out, isn't it? That's the only problem. It does blow out in the camera. It looks fine for me looking in my eyes, but the camera's blowing it out. Anyway, so yeah, what I'd like to see, I'm going to put it down, is the ability to have a HDMI out, so I can put it onto my monitor, one of these screen monitors, and then Bluetooth controller, so I could essentially have an arcade machine separate to my PC. And I'd love that. That would be absolutely phenomenal. And I think you can do that with the upgrade from this one, like a 405. And I think they're available now. They're starting to come down under £100. So I've seen one. I've nearly bit the bullet. I've only had this a month and I haven't really used that much. And I've just seen that I can get a 405 for about 60 something quid. And I'm like, do I upgrade that? and just have this as my portable one for going away with and keep the other one here. We'll see. In about 3 or 4 weeks if I do another video and it means I've bought the other one. But as of now, very happy with it. What a great purchase for 40 quid. I mean, I don't know how many games exactly are on there, but there was 2,000 MAME games, which is arcade from the 80s and 90s, so it's a massive blast from the past, the 80s and 90s. Now I think there was a couple of thousand Game Boy games, didn't really get it for that. There was a few hundred DS games. I can't remember, I think it was like 100 N64 games. Now they're not playing, some of them play alright, some of them don't. You know, ideally the more powerful versions of one of these will play all the N64s and all the Dreamcast games fine. And if that was the case, I would have gone, if I won't go for the models up of these, like the 405 I think it's called, or higher, then what I will do is I'll get a bigger memory card, because they'll then have the they'll then have more sort of Dreamcast games and PlayStation, and some of them got PS2 games on them. So, but this isn't strong enough for that. But as a MAME arcade, Megadrive and SNES game player, fabulous, absolutely fabulous. Basically all your favourite 80s and 90s games in your pocket. And the battery wise, it lasts pretty well as well. I mean, it's still on full battery, and I've done all the review, and I've had it playing and I've had it on, so I can't knock that at all. I reckon there must be at least 5 hours of gameplay in there. So yeah, overall the 36S fabulous. What like I say, what I would have liked to in it would have been obviously the audio out, video out, and some Bluetooth, which you can get in an upgraded model, but I wasn't expecting that for 40 quid. But for 40 quid, what's come, really happy with it. Great starter console. Turn it on, wait, yes, you've got to wait about, I think it's almost a minute before it all loads up, but once it has bingo bango bongo, you've got all your arcade games, just carry on playing and enjoying. Anyway, I think I've yabbered on way too much now. Thank you for joining me. This has been Glyn. I've been Glyn, sorry. This has been Glyn. I've been Glyn. This has been CheapSkate Gaming. And thank you for your view. And if you found this helpful, just smash the thumbs up. Alright, cheers guys.
CheapSkate Gaming, yeah, you know the name. They got the games that won't break the bank, so come on over and join the crew. They'll show you how to game and save money too. CheapSkate Gaming, yeah, you know the name. They got the games that won't break the bank, so come on over.